You ever stop to wonder who actually owns the internet? Is it a person, a company, a government? The answer is, it's complicated. There's no single owner. Instead, the internet is a battlefield, a constant power struggle between a few key players who control different pieces of the puzzle. Let's peel back the layers and uncover the hidden politics of who really runs our digital world. Think of the internet like a road system. First, you have the actual roads, the physical layer. This is the internet's backbone, the massive undersea cables stretching across oceans, the fiber optic lines buried under our streets, and the giant data centers that power the cloud. And who owns these? Mostly a handful of giant corporations. Telecom companies like AT&T and Verizon own a lot of the pipes, but increasingly it's tech titans like Google, Meta, Amazon, and Microsoft. Google, for example, has invested in over a dozen undersea cables. This gives them a massive advantage controlling the speed and flow of data for their own services. And the cloud? It's not some magical digital ether. It's physical warehouses full of servers, largely owned by just 3 companies: Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. This concentration of power raises a huge question. Does a country truly have digital sovereignty if all its critical data, from banking to government services, sits on servers owned by foreign companies? Next, we have the logical layer, the Internet's address book and rulebook. This is managed by nonprofit organizations. The most important one is ICANN, which manages the domain name system that turns website names like Google .com into the IP addresses computers understand. Then there's the IETF, which develops the technical standards that make everything work together. But don't let the non-profit label fool you. There's intense political pressure here. Countries like Russia and China are challenging the current model, pushing for more government control over their slice of the internet. This is leading to what some call the splinter net, a fragmented web with digital borders and firewalls, a far cry from the open global network many of us grew up with. Then there's the layer we all interact with every day, the content and platform layer. This is the digital public square: Google Search, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. The companies that own these platforms don't just own a website. They control the flow of information. With the flick of a switch, a decision made in a Silicon Valley boardroom can silence a political movement on the other side of the world, or make a small business vanish from search results. Their business model is built on our data, which has given them almost unimaginable economic power. It makes you wonder who really owns the digital identities we create online. Finally, we have the sovereign layer. At the end of the day, the internet still exists within physical countries and is subject to their laws. Governments are flexing their muscles more and more. The European Union has its GDPR privacy laws, China has its Great Firewall, and the US uses national security to regulate technology. This creates constant battles. Can a government force a company to hand over data stored in another country? These legal fights are defining the new borders of our digital world. So, who owns the internet? Nobody and everybody. It's a dynamic, negotiated space. Corporations own the most profitable parts, the infrastructure and the platforms. Governments hold the ultimate power of law and control over their territory. And caught in the middle are the nonprofits trying to keep the technical core running. The future of the internet, whether it remains open and global or becomes a collection of walled gardens, will be decided by who wins this ongoing tug-of-war. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the technology that shapes our world. See you in the next one.